Week 9 of the NFL's in the books. And before we get to my power rankings and my predictions for Week 10, let's comment on Week 9. 6 teams, bye week, okay, is what it is. But that Sunday slate, what the heck is that? Eight games to start the day, and then you got 2 and then 1. Yo, come on, spread your football out a little more than that. But I guess it is what it is. What's crack-a-lackin'? It's your boy Broshmo, just in case you did not know. So, go ahead, become a bro and subscribe. Leave this video a thumbs up if you enjoy the content. As always, let me know what you think in the comment section below. And let's go ahead and get into my power rankings for the week, starting with the bottom. And yeah, we got a new team down there. It is the Houston Texans after the Detroit Lions surprised us all. They really did. They surprised us all and got a win over the Packers. But the Texans, they honestly, they continue to look competitive. But, I mean, we know what this team is, man. We know this is a bad team. This is a team that doesn't have a lot of depth, a team that doesn't have a lot of talent, a team they'll play hard, but ultimately, they're not going to get a lot of wins this year. So currently, with only 1 win on the season, they drop to the bottom spot here. And then the Carolina Panthers, the crystal shoe is off on PJ Walker, though he will start this Thursday against the Falcons. And yeah, this team just got railroaded, man. This defense honestly didn't look that good, which this defense was honestly better, like playing better football past few weeks. You know, they were competent against the run. Then again, against Atlanta, they kind of were so-so. But I mean, to allow Joe Mixon to go off like this with a Bengals team that was struggling to get the run started. Obviously, the quarterback position is just all kinds of dog water right now. So yeah, the consensus is these are the bottom 3 teams, as we get the Detroit Lions moving up 2 spots with a big win over a flatlining Packers squad. Like, honestly, if Aaron Rodgers turns at least one of those red zone interceptions into tutty, we're talking about a different game here. But hey, they were able to get it done. I'm not going to take anything away from them. Good for you, Detroit Lions. Can't really say better things are to come, because honestly, they're not that good of a squad. They just aren't. Not sorry. So that's why I figured these are the bottom 3 teams. Steelers, they had the bye this past week, correct? Correct. Thought so. Sorry, there were so many teams on bye. It's hard to remember, but we'll get to see them this week, and I'm kind of curious to see how Kenny Pickett will play for the remainder of this season. I'm sure this team's still going to be picking in at least the top 10 when it comes to the draft. And I mean, honestly, that's fine. Get more talent on this squad using the off season. We know that we kind of know the weaknesses of this squad, starting with like the run block and the offensive line, the secondary, the corner position just lacks all kinds of talent. So, like, address those, see what you got on Kenny Pickett this year, and just keep going, man. It sucks, man. This is gonna be Mike Tomlin's first season below 500. The Raiders, wow, you lost to the Jags. This was one of the games that I missed this weekend. Thanks, Raiders. But like Devontae Adams, he went from like just a star-studded first half to getting 1 reception in the second half. And it wasn't a lack of effort, because I think he was targeted like 7 times in the second half, but only managed 1 catch for 0 yards in the second half. Team just ran out of gas after the first half. Lost to the Jags. Big one for the Jags, though. Good for them. But yeah, this Raiders team, I don't know what you do with it. I really don't. The pass rush outside of Max Crosby is bougie. They need better player. Honestly, they just need more talent on the defensive end. They probably need more talent on the offensive line as well, though there's some good parts there. So, like, man, I don't know, man. This team, if they can't get, I'm pretty sure they got the Colts this week. Is it yeah, they have the Colts this week. If they can't get past the Colts, I don't know what to say about this Raiders team. I might be just like, blow it up. Just blow it up. Speaking of the Colts, I have them a spot behind the Jags despite having a win over the Jags. To be fair, that was when Matt Ryan was at the helm, and that was when Frank Reich was the play caller. They just got rid of Frank Reich. He's gone. Jeff Saturday comes in to be the interim coach. I don't know how that'll work. Apparently, he hasn't coached outside of the high school level, the high school level. Like, I know he's former NFL player, former or about to be, if not already, Hall of Fame center, but still, it's just feels like this team's gonna be tanking this year. The Jags, big win over the Raiders. Again, you kind of like live by Trevor Lawrence, die by Trevor Lawrence. It's encouraging to see. Let's see how they go moving forward. Still one of the bottom teams in the league. Browns had the bye this week as they continue to try to survive without Deshaun Watson. So we'll see how they fare. They get the Dolphins, so that's gonna be interesting. We'll talk about that game when we get there. On to the next part of the list here with the Saints. A very deflated loss to the Ravens. Team showed, like, outside of one kind of fluky touchdown where Chuck Clark thought Juwan Johnson was out of bounds, this team couldn't move the football. I don't know. Get Jameis Winston back in there. You know Andy Dalton ain't it. You should have known that weeks ago. But you know he ain't it. Go ahead. Put Jameis back in. I don't know. I mean, unfortunately, this team's also suffered from a lot of injuries. Michael Thomas went down prior to this game. You had Marcus Davenport go down. And now you got the whole thing with Alvin Kamara. He played this week. How long will he play? Who knows? So it's just this Saints team not trending in the right direction. Bears, despite the loss to the Dolphins, move up a spot because hot diggity dog, Justin freaking Fields is looking good, dude. And I just love it. And I just feel like they're a better team than the Saints at this point. I'm loving me watching Justin Fields just kind of emerge to be in the currently, I guess, the top quarterback in that very, very what was supposed to be a studded 2021 NFL draft, which has kind of been anything but kind of rising to be the cream of the crop. Like, hey, you're moving forward with Justin Fields after this. Like, no kidding. Like, easy breezy. This is the most confident he's looked in this offense all season. Now you just got to start surrounding him with weapons and playmakers. And I just love it. I love it. I'm loving it. I'm loving it from the Bears' perspective, dude. I'm loving this. Packers, man, what the heck, dude? This squad is bad. Aaron Jones went down in this game, but seems like he might be all right. Don't know what the final verdict is on him. Excuse me. Romeo Dubs went down in this game. Rashawn Gary went down in this game. So it's like Rashawn Gary out for the year. That's a big one. Romeo Dubs looks like he's gonna be gone for a significant amount of time, maybe 4 weeks, maybe more. He was on crutches, was wearing a boot. Aaron Jones was just wearing the boot, but said if he wanted to get back in the game. Again, don't know. That's the player saying it, so don't know what's up with that. Aaron Rodgers just looks like a shell of what he used to be. More bad injuries. You had the concussion, the second concussion in a week to Christian Watson. So it's like they don't have playmakers. The offensive line's honestly performing pretty solid. Aaron Rodgers just isn't Aaron Rodgers right now. And the defense just keeps taking blows. Like, this is just the Packers are in a sad state right now. Arizona Cardinals, they keep getting in fights with each other, man. Like, Kyler Murray wants to fight everybody. Him and D-Hop were going back and forth. Though they stayed in that game for a little bit. You saw a little life from the defense against the Seahawks. Not enough, man. This just isn't a good squad. Like, offensively, they're a bit dysfunctional. And, I mean, honestly, they looked a lot better with James Conner back. But still, offensively, they should be a lot better than what they are. A lot of that you can peg on Robbie Anderson not being good. So, but, yeah, and we know defensively, there's only so much this defense can do. They're lacking a lot of talent. They got superstars, not even here and there, but it's like Bubba Baker could only do so much to put the team on his back. And then you have the Denver Broncos coming off a bye, but they move up a few spots just because I think they're better than the teams behind them. And they got a big game. I believe it's against, I want to say it's a tight end. So I don't know how that'll go. It depends if Tannehill's back or not. But even then, we saw Malik Willis and company actually do pretty solid against the Chiefs this past Sunday. And that it's a tight end defense just been playing better football during that win streak. And oh man, this is going to be this is a litmus test. Out of the bye, how can this team look? How can this team recover? Because they need to. The Rams, they had the Bucs dead to rights, and all it took was one game-winning drive by Tom Brady to seal the deal. This is a Ram team that is just plummeting. It sucks. At least y'all got y'all Super Bowl, I guess. Offensive line's a mess. Outside of Cooper Kupp, there ain't many playmakers. Things are not good in LA, at least for the Rams. In Washington, I'm not moving them down a spot. They should have beat the Vikings. They really should have. I like how this team's playing with Taylor Heineke at the helm. Honestly, again, should have beat the Vikings. Let it slip through their grip, and I don't know how the Vikings are 7-1. So I guess we'll see. But yeah, I didn't feel good moving them down spot because I think they're playing they're playing good football. The Atlanta Falcons, they kind of ran into a buzzsaw this past week. Not really a buzzsaw, but a Chargers team that was dealing with a lot of injuries, but they needed to win a game coming out of, I believe they were coming out of their bye. And they did that. They got the job done. Honestly, at this point, I kind of want to see Desmond Ridder. Because Marcus Mariota isn't a guy that can consistently move the offense. Because, okay, they're leaning a lot on the run game. And I know Arthur Smith loves that. But when you need to put the ball in the hands of your quarterback, you want someone that can, listen, Marcus Mariota, it was fine for the beginning of the year. Let's go ahead. Let's see what you got in Desmond Ridder. See if he could like a spark under this team that is literally, what are they? They're tied with the Buccaneers, or the Buccaneers hold the current tiebreaker. So let's see that. I want to see that. Now let's go to the better half of the league with the Bucs. They're only a game ahead, or I only have them one spot ahead of the Falcons. The Bucs, again, this team sucked for all of but one drive. There's nothing in sync about this team. The defense is, man, it's underachieving at this point. I know that, again, they're dealing with injuries with Shaq. Oh my gosh. Shaq Bennett? No, that's not right. Shaq Garrett? Oh my gosh. Griffin? No. Oh my gosh. Why am I forgetting his name? Shaq Barrett. There we go. Golly. He went down a week ago. There's really no pass rush on this squad outside of him. They're not really getting home on the pass rush, which really says something when you couldn't do it against the Rams, whose offensive line's atrocious. And the offense, again, they're just not in sync. Like, from drops from receivers to like Brady not always being on the same page as the receivers, the interior of the offensive line, mainly the guard spot, who like they can't get the run game going. It's sad. It's just sad, man. This Bucs team, honestly, I feel like I don't want to count them out, but at some point it's got to be like, all right, what are you? Are you a contender or a pretender at this point? Patriots, they move up 4 spots. Good win over the Colts, I believe, this week. Yep, they basically railroaded them. Didn't really need much from Mac Jones or Ramondre Stevenson. Offensively, they got the job done. The defense had a hell of a game against Sam Ehlinger. Who would have thought? And yeah, I mean, they sacked him like 9 times. There was defensive touchdown. Like, Patriots were coming off a win against the Jets, who are a spot ahead of them right now. well, I'll talk about the Jets in a minute, but yeah, Patriots, like, they're a good middle of the road AFC team at this point. That's how I feel about them. The Jets, Zach Wilson arguably probably had his worst game last week against the Patriots. This week, huge win over the Bills. No one saw that coming. But again, this offense kind of rides or die depending on, can they get the run game going and getting the ball out of Zach Wilson's hands as fast as possible. Because, like, he is the worst quarterback in the league when under pressure. That is just statistically a fact right now. You can look at the analytics and it's like, wow, he's pretty trash under pressure. Yes, he is. So, yeah, really, it feels like the only thing right now holding this team back is Zach Wilson. So, yeah, we'll see how they go moving forward, and that's really why I have a few these other teams, mainly the Chargers. Why I have the Chargers ahead of them, because I trust Justin Herbert a lot more. Justin Herbert able to sneak out a win against Atlanta, despite all these injuries. Didn't have Keenan Allen, didn't have Mike Williams. He did it with Josh Palmer and Austin Eckler. It's what he did. Defensive, we know this team, they're missing a lot of parts. J.C. Jackson was gone for the year earlier in the year, and Joey Bosa hasn't played since, like, I think week 3. So, yeah, they're missing some parts, but they're able to get the job done. Let's see how they can hang in this. It's hard to say. It's hard to be like, I want to see them actually utilize the intermediate and deep ball much more when their receivers, their top 2 receivers are out. It's hard for me to be like, I want to see Herbert sling the ball and quit just dinking it here and there when, you don't really have the playmakers to necessitate that, So I still believe in Justin Herbert. I think as this team gets healthier, they should get better. Giants, they had the bye, and so I didn't move them a spot. It just felt right. I feel like they're about in this 10 to 12 range. I know some of y'all Daniel Jones truthers out there hate me for it, but I mean, and honestly, y'all about go 7-2. Y'all got the Texans this week. Maybe that's a shock victory. Who knows? San Fran, they moved down a spot despite having the bye because the Seahawks are running the division. Last time the Niners faced the Seahawks, they weren't at this level yet of what they are right now. Like, Kenneth Walker is eating. Geno Smith is the best version of him we've ever seen. The receivers are eating. We saw Noah Fant and Will Disley get involved. In the defense, they create turnovers. They might be like a team that's like, we might allow a few big plays here and there, but we can create turnovers mainly in that secondary because, like, in all honesty, this is a team that, like, pass rush isn't all that good, and the run defense is kind of so-so. But where they make up for it is being really good in the secondary at creating turnovers. So, man, I'm just loving the Seahawks. They're a different team than what San Fran faced in, week 2. So, I look forward to that rematch. Bengals, they got a blowout. They got a win they needed against the Panthers. After that, they just dudded against the Browns. They needed that. I feel confident, especially moving forward as this team gets more healthy. Mainly, get Jamar Chase back. I know that they lost a few big parts there on the defense, and Trey Hendrickson, Chidobe Awuzie, but I feel like you can't count Joe Burrow out of it, especially once Jamar Chase comes back healthy, and there's rumors he might be back after the bye. Now to the top 8, the Titans. I'm not moving them a spot. They played a good football game, and this was with Malik Willis at the helm, and they almost beat the Kansas City Chiefs in KC. This is a good football team. This is a different type of football team than what we saw the first 2 weeks of the season. The defense is playing hella good. They're getting pressure, and that's in spite of Harold Landry being out for the year. Was out for the year before the season. Bud Dupree not really being able to see the field because of injuries. Like Jeffrey Simmons, Danico Autry, these guys are getting pressure, man. And the secondary is playing exceptionally well. This is defense, man. And you can never count Derrick Henry, man. He's running his mind out. I'm loving it. Dolphins, they stay in place as well. Yeah, the defense, it's a work in progress. But offensively, who's touching this team? Like, Tua's undefeated as a starter. Keep that in mind. Tua's undefeated as a starter. Offensively, this team could go to toe-to-toe with really anybody. This offense, now you have someone to alleviate the burden of just being the guy that has to eat up all the volume in the backfield. Raheem Mostert, they went ahead, got Jeff Wilson. Holy crap, dude, they lose nothing when one of those guys have to come out the game and the other goes in. I love it. I love this offense. Defense, work in progress. But offensively, man, this team's scary. Dallas had to bye this week, so didn't move them. Big win by Baltimore. I'm not gonna by big win, I mean they won big against the Saints. The defense is looking better. They're turning the curve. Some of y'all will be like, oh man, Ravens, at least some of y'all like early in the year were like talking about how the Ravens have a bad defense. They're giving up a lot of points, and it's like, okay, well, this defense has slowly gotten better and better each and every week. And on top of that, the addition of Raekwon Smith, I think, really helped this team a lot. Outside of like that boneheaded Marcus Peters and Chuck Clark, we thought he stepped out. Like, this defense was phenomenal. Justin Houston had a hell of a game. Like, this is a team that's getting healthy, and they're just playing good football. I was really thinking about putting them at 4 over the Vikings, because let's get to it. The Vikings, I don't believe they should be 7-1. Like, this is the most not 7-1 team I've ever seen, I feel like. But they keep getting it done. Like, they start the games out hot, and then they simmer down. They come out the half feeling good, and then they pitter-patter out, and then you get around like 4 minutes left in the game, and suddenly they become alive again. It's so weird. I mean, I guess we'll see with this team what they're really made of as they get the Bills, but here's the kicker. Josh Allen might not be playing. So maybe we won't with the Vikings. Maybe we won't see what they're made of. Maybe they'll be facing a Josh Allen-less Bills team. This is wild. I don't even know, dude. I don't even know. Just for that, I feel like I just can't move the Vikings down, dude. Lady Luck's on their side. Kansas City Chiefs. It wasn't pretty, but hey, they got it done against Tennessee. Tennessee, again, they're a top 8 team right now, so they remain at 3. The Bills, they dropped a spot after a loss to the Jets. Josh Allen, we've seen Josh Allen really make a lot of mistakes. I mean, you saw it in the second half of the Packers game where he threw 2 picks, and this week he was also very charitable with the ball when it came to the defense. And now, at the end of the game, where it was on the strip sack, he may have hurt his arm. I forgot what they said exactly what the injury was. It was like a UCL, which, again, I have no idea what that is. I'm not a doctor. But apparently Josh Allen said the last time he had an injury like this was like back in 2018, where he missed 4 games. So could this team be without Josh Allen for the next 4 weeks? That's kind of huge. That's kind of wild. We might see this team fall a little bit, but I still think they are the best team in the NFL. But the new number 1, the Philadelphia Eagles, they continue to get things done. This team's not going to lose games. If you want to win, you have to take it from them. They play very good football, whether it's defensively, whether it's offensively, I suppose. They're just a good squad. They got a lot of playmakers. They got a wonderful offensive line. Jalen Hurts has really made the jump this year. Really, the only thing squishy I could say about him is probably the run defense. And that kind of, I mean, I think a large part of that is with Jordan Davis currently being on IR, but big fan of this squad. But let's go ahead and get to my predictions for week 10. As you can see, I killed it on over and unders this past week. Wild. Let's see if we can bring that same steam this weekend. Also, thank you for Underdog Fantasy for sponsoring the video. If you like weekly fantasy, or if you like player prop bets, or just game pick'ems, then check out Underdog Fantasy. They don't just do the NFL, they do other sports as well. So use promo code Broshmo at sign up. It gives you a little bit more to start out with, and it helps the channel out. Also, bet responsibly. So let's see if we can do the under and over magic again this week. Also, on top of that, I think as far as the spread, I broke even this week. So don't know if we can do better than that. We'll see. We'll start with the Thursday night banger. We got Atlanta versus the Panthers. Atlanta 3-point favorites. I believe it. I buy it. I don't know how this Panther team is going to look. Will they finally get Chuba Hubbard back? Don't know how big of a difference that will make. I kind of want to lean the Falcons here. 3 points does feel a bit rich for, well, this game last time went into OT, and the Panthers had every opportunity to win that game. Keep in mind, they did not have Rashad Fenton that game. Newly added, the Falcons added Rashad Fenton, so that's maybe something to look out for. But I really do think the Panthers are probably on the. They're gonna. We saw the hype. Now they're probably gonna be on the downslope. So I'm gonna go with Atlanta, and I prefer to take them on the money line. And talking about 43.5, I know they crushed that. They crushed that in their last meeting. What it was like 40-37 or something. I'll lean the over since they are kind of like making it's 43.5. I do think it'll be lower scoring. Oh, this is the second time they're meeting. You're gonna hit them with a lot less surprises. Do I believe PJ Walker could come out and just blow the roof off of Atlanta again? I don't. I lean the over. But as always, I'm never confident with over and unders for the most part. Going to the Sunday slate of games, Seahawks versus the Bucks. This is a must-win for the Bucks. They entered 2.5-point favorites. Over-unders 40.5. I believe in this Seahawks team. I'll take Seahawks. Give me the points just in case. This is the must-win for the Bucks, man. But again, I mean, they're not getting it done right now. Over-unders 44.5. I kind of want to lean the over. We know the under has been good. Just a couple of weeks ago, though, the under was god awful. But I think I might lean the over in this one. Don't really like it, though. Don't really like it. Minnesota Vikings versus the Bills. Listen, if Josh Allen doesn't play this game, I will take the Vikings and the points. I really will. However, if he does play this game, I feel better about just taking the Bills money line. Over-under is 46. I kind of go with the under on that one. But yeah, thing to monitor is Josh Allen right now. And then we have the Detroit Lions facing the Cincinnati Bengals, Chicago Bears. Over-under is 48.5. That's high. But is it with these offenses? Well, I mean, Lions, their offense is all kinds of in shambles, but it's not like the defense of the Bears is all that great. I will take the Bears, and I think give me the points with the Bears. Over-under is 48.5. I probably wouldn't touch that, but I lean the under. You know what? I'll go with the under. Denver Broncos versus the Tennessee Titans. Oh, excuse me. Broncos have to win this game. They have to win this game. Depends who's at quarterback, right? Really does. Is Malik Willis still playing quarterback, or is Tannehill coming back? Don't know how that is. Don't know if Tannehill went on IR. Don't know the situation with that. Could look it up, but I'm too lazy. Regardless, I think I'm going to take the Broncos at plus 3.5. Best your sweet cheeks. I'm betting the under in that game. 39. Maybe the curse of 16 comes back. Broncos get 16. I think this could be a 16-17 game. I really do. So I'm going to lean the Broncos. I'll bet the under. And then the Jacksonville Jaguars take on the Chiefs. Man, that you really don't want to see that after a big win, right? It's like, man, there we go. We finally got our foot in. Big win against a close AFC West team. And now you get the Chiefs. That sucks. Yeah, give me the Chiefs. Don't know if I want to take the points here. Because 9.5 is a hell of a lot. I'd rather just take them on the money line. And then over-unders 50.5. Feels like a game I might want to take the under in. I'm not gonna lie to y'all. I know the Chiefs can put up a lot of points, but that's a lot of points to get over. So I'm gonna take the under. And then we got the Cleveland Browns versus the Miami Dolphins. Just give me Miami on the money line. Just give me Miami on the money line. That's all I want. I think they're gonna run over the Browns. Not necessarily run over, but I mean literally they're gonna run the ball very effectively against this Browns squad. Not a very good run defense there for the Browns. Over under is 48.5. Miami, they do put up a lot of points though, and the Browns defense have just been a bunch of underachievers. Let's shoot. Do we shoot for the moon and just be like, hey, let's take the over? I won't touch this. Personally, I just won't touch it. Next, we got the Houston Texans versus the New York Giants. And I'm not going to bet against the Giants, but I will take Houston plus 6.5. I think Houston could make this a close game. I think the Giants ultimately win, but I'm going to go with the Texans plus 6.5. Over-unders 39.5. Give me the under. This feels like a game that could be like 23 to like 13. Really does. So yeah, I will take the under there. And then we got the New Orleans Saints and the Pittsburgh Steelers. I'll pull up the betting odds here for Saints versus Steelers. Important thing to note here is who will be playing quarterback for the Saints. Will they turn it back over to what's his name? Jameis Winston. Who knows? Currently, Steelers are plus 2.5 at home. Dang. So they're going to go with the Saints in this game. Saints just lost a lot of guys this game. So if that's it, I'll take the Steelers plus 2.5. Over-under is 41.5. I don't know how much these teams could really score on one another. That's another over and under I really just don't want to touch. I lean the over though. I lean the over. Colts versus the Raiders. Listen, Raiders, if you lose this game, you're a joke. Straight up, you're a joke. This team just fired their coach, and they have Sam Ellinger at quarterback. Like, Raiders, what you doing here if you lose this game? I think they could put up a lot of points this week. Is it enough to cover? I don't think the Colts will score enough. So I will go with the under, and I'll take the Raiders. I ain't taking them plus 6, so that's a lot. That's too much. I don't trust the Raiders. Then we got the Dallas Cowboys versus the Green Bay Packers. Packers limp into this game. They're flatlining. This is like a must-win for them, and I don't think it's going to happen. I'm not confident enough to take Dallas plus 5. I will take Dallas on the money line there in Lambeau. Over and unders 43. And I think I'm going to go the under. All right, we got the Arizona Cardinals versus the Rams. In no situation do I want to take the Cardinals in this. The Rams did win the last meeting. The Rams are in must-win games. This is in SoFi. Don't really trust the Rams, but I'll take them. I'll take the Rams on the money line. I don't know if I feel good enough to take the Cardinals plus 3.5. Over-under is 43.5, I believe. When they faced last time, I think the final score was like 26-16? I want to say it was 26-16. Now let's go confirm this. It was no, it wasn't 26-16. That was our game against the Panthers. It was 20-12, so it was 32 points. 43. Do I think they put up more points? I mean, these are teams that should honestly be putting up points. In theory. No, I'll go with the under. And then we go to Sunday Night Football. Chargers versus the Niners. The Niners are 7-point favorites. Depending on who comes back healthy, I think the Niners will win this game. But I think Chargers could keep this close. I will take the Chargers +7. Over-under is 46.5. I don't think they'll eclipse that. I'm going to go with the under. The under. It's been more right this year than not. And then Monday Night Football, we got the Commanders versus the Eagles. Eagles, I think, win this game. But freaking Heineke, I'm riding that 11. I will ride Washington +11 in this game. I mean, we saw that the Eagles this past week, they allowed Houston to come back and cover the, what was it? It was 12.5 or 13.5, and they covered that. So in a division game here, I think they can at least cover. Over under is 44.5, and I want to lean the over. I really do. I'm going to lean the over in this scenario. Bye weeks this week. If you didn't know, now you know. Bengals, Patriots, Jets, and Ravens. But that's it for the video. Go ahead, do the YouTube thing. It's always much appreciated, much obliged, and as always, until next time, you be easy, my friends. Later.